Hello and welcome back to The Lion's Den. I'm your host, Matt, as always, and welcome to the final episode of this podcast. That's weird to say, but we got here. I said I was going to do this because I just didn't see much point in continuing, and the fact that nothing seems to be improving, so I'm very sorry. I do want to say thank you to the people who have actually listened to any amount of this podcast. The fact that I have seen numbers, not like crazy numbers, but the fact that I've seen not zero, that's weird to me because I thought this would just kind of go out into the ether and nobody would really see it. So thank you very much. And I do apologize if you were looking forward to seeing more of this. My kind of plan for this is I'm going to finish here at 150 because that's a nice number. And it's like Christmas soon, so that's cool. And basically, if I ever just get the random motivation to make an episode, I'll come back to it because I have everything I need to make this. I've learned a process to make these videos and to record and whatnot, so that's all good to go. I just kind of feel like I've maybe lost interest in the project and don't really know how to take it beyond ground zero, if you will. So let's just talk about a few interesting things, hopefully, and bid you a farewell, I guess. So, yeah. Okay. Monday, at work, we had our little like Christmassy party kind of fun thing. And this year, what we decided to do, as suggested by one of the ladies at work, is we went and did laser tag, which was super fun. Because where our office is situated, across the road is a cinema and a bowling alley with a laser tag and some escape rooms in it, and they were just like, oh, let's go do a laser tag, why not? And I'm really glad we did. It was nice because it was like a short walk over the road to go and do it, so we didn't have to drive everything. That's really nice. And then because it was the middle of a work day, right, no one else is there, so it was just us, had the whole place to ourselves. That was really awesome. And there was 7 of us in total. So we had the entire place to ourselves. We didn't do any team battles either, because obviously how do you split 7? That's awkward to do. So we just did a free-for-all where all you have to do is shoot people to gain points. And the first mistake I made is the clothing that I wore. I did not realize quite how hot I was going to get in that arena, because it is surprisingly large and also quite tight. So there's a lot of bobbing and weaving and like running around corners and all of that kind of thing. And because it's an internal building, there's all the heat gets trapped and whatnot. I was there in long trousers and a sort of like long sleeved jumpery style shirt. I was melting, absolutely melting. And I have quite a fast walking pace to begin with, so that didn't really help either. I say running. Technically, you're not supposed to run, which I didn't, and I get why, because obviously it's quite tight. There's a lot of corners and running and stuff. And several times, because the walls are pitch black, and obviously the room's quite dark, I had to put my hand out like, is this a wall? Or is this somewhere I can walk through? I have no idea. It was hilarious. And also they had sort of, you know, those like laser light show things around. I kept looking at those by mistake and blinding myself. Wouldn't recommend. But yeah, it was really interesting and fun. The whole like setup and whatnot. The like story build, world building thing. Really cringe, but funny either way. And obviously kind of didn't make sense. It was this whole thing like, oh, you're going to an alien planet and there's aliens that you have to fight whilst you're rescuing civilians, but then the like game you play is capture the flag, not rescuing people. So that didn't make sense. And then obviously for us, we were just doing an FFA where we're just shooting each other. So again, whatevs. But it was really interesting because this is the first one I've played in a long while to start with, but also one I've played where you can shoot both the person and their gun, which is really handy because as we found out, some people's body targets just didn't work. Like the front one didn't work or the back one didn't work or both. But everyone had a target somewhere on them that did work, usually the gun or somewhere on their body. So that was super cool. And just meant that everyone had a good chance of not just getting absolutely wrecked. I will say this right now, I won by a sizable margin. I wasn't expecting to win by quite so much. I was expecting to do well, because obviously, gamer, I don't know. But the funny thing is, I had nearly 40,000 points over second place. And then second place had way more points than the rest of the people, which was funny. I think the way the game functioned is if you got hit, you got timed out from shooting, and I think if you shot continually, eventually you stopped being able to shoot for a little bit as well, whilst you're a bit like a cooldown, right? That was super funny. The really funny part for me, especially, was I would just kind of walk around really quietly and stealthily a bit, and I'd see people hiding in a corner or like trying to shoot through. There was like little cutouts in the wall so you can like hide and shoot out. Obviously your gun can still be shot, so you have to be careful. And it was just super funny because I'd just walk up behind them, hit their back target, they'd scream because their thing would go off, and I'd be like, ah ha, 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 it's me, I snuck up on you. That was super funny. And I kept getting cross arena shots as well, because essentially the way it was laid out is in like quadrants, and there was kind of a plus shape in the middle, so I'd stand on one other end of the arena, watch someone move through the center, and cross shot them across the arena and get points. So people would be like, why have I been shot? I don't understand. There's no one around me. And it's just me in the other corner going like, I did genuinely just go on rampages. I kept walking around and be like, got you, got you, got you, do another lap, get them again. Really quite amusing and funny. So I was definitely dying though by halfway through. I was so hot and I was just like, my legs are burning. I'm really hot. I want to sit down and have a drink, but obviously we didn't have any of that. So yeah, very much enjoyed it. It was just fun doing it with friends. Like we were competitive, but we didn't really care. So it was just enjoyable in that regard. The weird part was the guy who was leading us through it was like, oh yeah, we can have up to 28 people. And we were like, 28 people, that's crazy. Between the 7 of us, we were frequently running into each other, right? Every maybe 5-10 seconds I'd find another person. It didn't go often without running into someone and like fighting, right? But he was like, you could have 28 people in there. You couldn't move without running into someone at that point. That would be absolutely mental. I kind of get the idea that maybe you then have people stationed in different areas. So like you have some people running around, you have some people at the bases protecting them. That way you don't have 28 people constantly moving. But still, that's a lot of people. And I can't imagine it'd be very fun if every 5 seconds you could be getting hit. Or like, not every 5 seconds, like every second you could be getting hit. That'd be mental, genuinely. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it, and it was probably a good thing that it was on on like a winter day, because then we came outside and we were like cooling off and whatnot. I did run into some walls, not run, but like I went into a wall not realizing it was a wall, hence why I started feeling to see if a wall was a wall or not. And yeah, really enjoyed it. Would definitely recommend. I don't quite know how much it was. We didn't pay very much to the lady who organised it, so not sure. But yeah, fun times. I think maybe I'd suggest next time, well, if there was a next time for a Christmas party, depending on where I end up, I would maybe suggest bowling is also quite a good one. I wouldn't do an escape room. I did an escape room at the same place, because they have both escape rooms, bowling, an arcade, and the laser tag. I wouldn't maybe do an escape room because I think you kind of don't want more than 5 or 6 people for an escape room, because then there aren't enough puzzles in an escape room, right, for too many people. And especially if some people don't like puzzles or aren't very good at it, then it just ends up one person doing all of the stuff. Whereas laser tag, right, everyone can do that. Everyone can get involved. Oh, that was a thing. I noticed, right, this sounds like I'm complaining about being average height or tall, but all of the people in my work group are generally ladies. And generally most of them are smaller than me. There are a couple of people that are my height and taller, but most of them are smaller than me. That's a problem for me in 2 ways. One, because my natural holding height of the gun was higher than everyone else's targets because they're low, and I kept aiming upwards slightly by mistake, so therefore I'm shooting at the head or over them, completely missing where the target is, right? The reverse is that I am slightly taller, so my targets are basically in their eye line, so it's easier for them to hit me. So that was slightly awkward. But I just had to kind of adjust for that. There were some times where I'd be running at someone, shooting constantly, thinking, why have I not hit their target? Only to then go, oh, right, the target here is probably broken. Let me try shooting a different part of them. And then immediately hitting them. Fun times. It was genuinely like playing a video game, but in real life, which is hilarious. And I really enjoyed it. So I hope that comes across, conveyed really well. So what else we've got? Next week on Monday is our wider staff Christmas party. So that's going to be nice. There's going to be food, drink, some activities, probably a quiz, something like that. So that's going to be really nice. I think they're bringing their snow cannon as well, which was super fun last year. So looking forward to that. I've got my Christmas jumper on right now that I'll be wearing. This Christmas jumper I've literally had since I was probably about 15 because I have not changed size since I was that old. I hit my height and then that's where I've been since then. So, yay. This has been a really good investment, monetarily, I suppose you could say. What else? I just don't know what else to talk, on the last one. See if there's anything I want to suggest. I suppose I do say a lot of stuff about Christmas, but obviously not everyone does celebrate Christmas. So whatever you're celebrating this time of year, if you're celebrating at all, I hope it's going well. Also, if you're not celebrating, you get time off, I think, potentially. Depends on the job, right? But that's nice. And sales. There's always sales that you can take part in if you want to buy stuff. I got a really nice little lamp thing. It's like just a metalish style cylinder with a bunch of LED lights in it. And then it's frosted with a bunch of reindeer on it. So then when you turn the lights on, the reindeer light up and it looks really pretty. So that's nice. I need to buy Christmas presents. That's really awkward. I haven't figured out what I'm buying all of my family yet. I have one idea that I need to go and actually see if I can get. And then I'm struggling for a different person. So might just have to pick something completely random and hope it works out okay. I haven't told them anything that I want. So I hope they don't end up buying me something like bang on and I'm just sat there like, I didn't give this any thought. That'd be really awkward. Right, I don't want to waste any more time because my brain is dying trying to figure out things to talk about. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for listening. If you still are. People may have dipped in the first 10 seconds. So I do hope you have a safe holiday. Stay warm, unless it's boiling hot, then stay cold. And I'll see you whenever. I don't know. Keep a lookout. Maybe I'll make another one at some point. Okay. Bye.